Triple H is to address WWE fans on tonight's SmackDown. A top free agent has teased an AEW signing, and a WWE star was hospitalized after WrestleMania. Stay tuned. So we saw Triple H open up Monday Night Raw. He gave a big old rah-rah speech, huge pop, the fans were electric, and then the show took an absolute nosedive. Did you enjoy Raw? Yeah. Triple H is back tonight. He's going to be addressing the WWE universe once again. WWE releasing some social media and a post on their website saying WWE's chief content officer Triple H ignited the Los Angeles crowd to kick off Raw after WrestleMania and will return this week on Friday Night SmackDown. Coming off the most successful WrestleMania in history, that's financially, the message from the game was simple. We're not going anywhere. Don't miss the appearance from Triple H this Friday at 8, 7 Central on Fox. So they haven't announced what he's going to be doing. I think he's going to be doing the exact same again. People are reading a lot into this. People are saying it's a big announcement. He's going to do a Tony Khan on us.
I've seen people go as far as he's going to leave.
Really?
Yeah.
When he's just going to announce that on SmackDown and they're going to tease it as a... Well,
Vince
you never
walks
know.
out and goes, I wish you well in your future endeavors. And then the company logo changes to be WW Endeavor.
There
you go.
That's very good, though. Yeah, that's good. Yeah. I honestly, I think they heard the reaction that he got on Monday.
Yeah.
They realised that the fans aren't very happy now. Fans apparently are planning to hijack SmackDown tonight. There are, if you click on any WWE Twitter post, and you'll see in the replies, the top reply pretty much every time is going to be use hashtag Fire Vince. Hijack the show tonight. People are making graphics.
It, do everything you can.
Fire Vince. So I think they heard the reaction that Triple H got, and if they kick things off with Triple H, it gets the crowd on their feet. They've announced some really good stuff for SmackDown, it must be said. This looks like on paper, and who knows, this card subject to change and all that. We've got Rey Mysterio and Santos Escobar versus Damian Priest and Dominic Mysterio. We got Sami Zayn versus Jey Uso, which is a pay-per-view quality match. We got Sheamus, Ridge, and Butch versus Imperium. We got Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn doing something together as well. There's going to be a segment there as well, also involving Zayn. And Rhea Ripley claiming her throne on SmackDown. It's a very important SmackDown tonight.
Yeah, as you said, it kind of felt like maybe Raw, they dipped their toe and it was a little bit too hot of a response, and now they need to get this right because it's, SmackDown has always, for my money, been, I don't want to pick sides, but the more entertaining show that seems to be...
Blue brand, it's the cooler show.
It seems to have like more consistently fun and better cards.
Shorter as well.
And shorter, which is nicer. But so I think that, it's no surprise that there's going to be, quite a lot of good stuff going on tonight, but it's all going to be in this Triple H announcement. It's all going to be in the crowd response to, the ongoing situation.
It is. It's not just about fan perception as well. Tonight is the night that we probably find out Vince's involvement and how involved he's going to be creatively moving forward. Speaking on Wrestling Observer Radio yesterday, Meltzer was saying everybody's wondering what's going to happen Friday. Is Vince going to tear the show up again? Is he going to come? Was it only because he was in LA? Nobody knows the answer. He's either coming to Portland for SmackDown, tearing up the show, or he's at worst maybe going to stay in Connecticut and be in the production meeting remote, in which case he'll probably have less tearing up of the show. You may have seen on Monday Night Raw, things were chopped and changed. Apparently there were 3 different running orders given to production. Seth Rollins' segment was seemingly scrapped or at least changed.
And there's footage of that.
Oh, it's bonkers.
It's weird.
Like, personnel tells Seth, like, you're not doing it anymore. So he came out, he did a little dance, and then he walked back. So it was bizarre. So we'll see tonight. We'll let you know on the news tomorrow, Some interesting news now, as a top free agent has teased a possible AEW signing, or at least some involvement there. Arguably, in fact, at this point, Goldberg aside, the biggest free agent in professional wrestling, Kota Ibushi. Now that Jay White has signed, I can't think of anyone bigger. Let me know if I'm wrong in the comments. He was chatting away to Dark Puro Rezo. I can never say that.
Rezu.
Dark Wrestling Flosion, and he's saying that he's best suited for AEW rather than Japan. The direct quote is, "I don't want to go out normally. I want to go go out seriously. I think I'm more suited to AEW than Japan. I already thought so during All In. I have many friends. They're even the best tag partners as well. He was, of course, in the first iteration of All In. Before even it was AEW.
Obviously, Kenny Omega, Golden Lovers, all of that.
We've got All In coming up again. It would be
I would rip your hands off for that match at Wembley, please.
That would be very nice indeed. He teamed with the Young Bucks on the first one, taking on Bandido, Rey Fenix, and Rey Mysterio, which I'd completely forgotten about. Rey was like...
I think he is right. I think it works in the sense that AEW seems to be much more of a creatively freeing sphere compared to other companies. It feels anyway. It feels like AEW seems to be a bit more freeform in that regard. And he is somebody who sees himself as, an artist, and wrestling is his art form. So he's been known to just do what he wants, whether or not companies think it's good. He wants to do it for the just to do it, basically. Yep. So I think that AEW and him are going to be fit like a glove.
I think he'd be absolutely daft to go anywhere else. It certainly is an art form, and that's his priority. But he doesn't come cheap. No. There aren't many companies. If he's gonna go to North America, there aren't many companies that are going to be able to afford him. Potentially,
think of the caliber of matches he's going to be able to have with most of the people on that roster.
Yeah, and now things have changed so much in WW Endeavor that he should probably go to AEW. Yeah. I think he'd be an absolute fool not to. As I say, we saw Jay White coming over to Dynamite on Wednesday. A few more details courtesy of Fightful Select regarding Jay White's AEW signing. He is signed full-time and he's signed to a multi-year deal with the company, so don't expect him to go anywhere soon. Interesting notes, because WWE thought that they could get their hands on Jay White. They thought that they were very confident that they could sign him, but apparently the deal actually took place ahead of WrestleMania 39. They were aware by then, WWE this is, that they would not be able to sign him. He wouldn't be coming into the company. He's another guy with Vince looking like he's going to be in charge creatively moving forward. He's another guy who is more...
It must have been an absolute relief
to
see that and be like, I'm not on that side of the fence.
Yeah, totally. Yeah. I'm really excited to see what he'll do. He should be a main eventer.
Oh, absolutely.
In no time at all. Yeah. I think a lot of people, because AEW has such a big roster, they're worried that people are going to get lost in the shuffle. In the same way with WWE as well. Let's not be unfair, but AEW's roster is really big. Jay White's really special.
He's somebody who I think that when because I always feel that Western stars wrestling in Japan, there's always this air of mystique around them. And when they come to the West, that's when you really kind of start to see different sides of them. And this is what I'm excited to see from Jay White, is I want to see where he's going to be able to take things, because we know he's a dynamic performer. We know he's somebody who's capable of bringing it on a big scale. So all he needs now is the company behind him and believing in him, and a good, first feud. I think that's the important thing. I think he's going to kill it.
It was a really, really busy Dynamite. It often is anyway, but you had the announcement of the UK show, Tony Khan's big announcement, which really actually lived up to expectation this time. For us anyway, I don't know.
Wembley.
People, right. And then you've got Jay White as well. And I think it was a really stacked Dynamite. So I think they need to capitalize on WWE's perhaps lackluster creative moving forward.
Now's the time, because if WWE are stuck in the mud even for a few weeks with fans hijacking shows,
jump on it. Jump on it. You've got to play the game, right?
Yeah.
We'll see. I'm looking forward to SmackDown tonight. I think it's an interesting show, and all the stuff that's on paper does look really good. So maybe it was a one-off. It was really disappointing for a Raw after Mania. I remember turning the stream off and just being quite pissed off. I was just like, that was it. Not good enough, is it? Entitled bell end wrestling fan here, but it was really disappointing because we expected so much more, especially after night 2 of WrestleMania. I thought they would remedy some of that bad will toward the company, and they just didn't. We're finishing off with some sad news. We're sending our love to Chelsea Green, who tweeted a picture of her in hospital with the caption, "I thought I celebrated my first Mania too hard. Turns out I actually had a severe stomach bug and distended gallbladder. Thank God the manager of ER took took care of me, will not be filing any complaints this week. So we send all of our best. Hopefully she's on the mend, and we see her on our screens again very, very soon, because that doesn't sound especially pleasant at all. So all of our love to Chelsea Green. We have got a very, very busy weekend this weekend.
Just a little bit.
There's loads going on. We've got the usual stuff, but on top of that, by the way, podcast is live now. You can watch that. On top of that, we have got Cultaholic versus Triple Jump in WWE 2K23 War Games.
And it's a doozy.
It is a doozy. We've got the World Cup of WrestleMania matches on Sunday as well.
It's an entirely new concept, but it's one that I think you're all going to enjoy.
Yeah.
So tune in.
It's looking good. There's a good load of content coming your way this weekend. Take care of yourselves. We'll be back in a few hours with more wrestling news.
Tatty bye.